underneath the front guards turned out pretty well. We're just putting them back on to getting ready to bog up the hole over here. There's no panel there anymore, so we got to make another panel there, and there's big holes here, which...
So you're going to put a steel patch over that?
Yep, over both of those.
And then just blend it in with a bit of bog?
Yep.
You've got a few dents there, you've got to bog them out.
Just finished cutting out the patch for the other side of the door. I cut it out of the old bonnet because we replaced it with the blue one that we got from the wreckers that day. That should be pretty. Just making some patches for the rust holes underneath the door.
Couldn't you afford a plate press? You've got to use the cracks in the driveway.
Just spraying the patches that we made up for the underneath of the doors.
Just on the inside so they don't rust.
Yeah, just with some kill rust undercoat.
Yep. So they're ready to go on, and
yeah,
maybe give them a brush coat of bitumen or something, eh?
Yeah. We just finished patching up the holes underneath the doors. See, I can't put my fist thumb in there anymore. And this patch doesn't look too bad anyway. And the little part of plastic will cover up there. Yeah, any tougher and she'd rust. We just finished wire brushing the patches that we put on yesterday with these Brumby discs. They're just like big wire brush discs. They really rip it up, and some of the tight spots that we can't reach, like in here, just going to get it off with some paint stripper. Already paint left on the brush. Just finishing up the last parts of the cleaning up the paint stripper.
That really bubbles it up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Falls off easy.
Yeah.
Nice clean steel to feather your bog into.
Just finished doing the initial bogging of the patches that we showed you before. As you can see, it's turned out pretty good. Covering up that groove there, and just going to try to sand it into here. And that's the patch under the door there. There's no more rust hole there now.
You've just given it a light coat of undercoat so it doesn't rust till you get back to it in a fortnight or so, eh?
Yeah.
Looks good, mate. We've hammered this guard out before we painted it and put it back on. Now I've just filled the hammer marks with some bog, and now I'm using this bog file on a strong back to give me a nice fair line while I sand the bog, and just try and bring it back to a shape, a nice shape. And you can see steel coming through, you know, the bog's certainly not deep at all.
Yep.
Just taking up the dents. We've used as little bog as we possibly can throughout the whole project. We've welded patches in, hammered dents out, and the whole thing's coming along pretty good at the moment. We'll give it an undercoat with some spray putty undercoat, and that'll take up any of the little scratches.
Finished cleaning and sanding up the bog here, and just giving it an undercoat with some Kill Rust heavy duty primer.
Go right down, Jess. All these little bit, no good, hey. Start from one end, finish at the other. Yep. Looks good.
Yeah. We finished sandblasting inside of the tray. We went up to Bunnings and got some acetone and some fiberglass, and we've both got a day off on Thursday, so we're gonna give it an acetone, coat it in acetone, and give it a fiberglass, a sheet of fiberglass. Just dry fitting all the fiberglass that we got from Bunnings last week. It's not looking too bad at the moment. We've got 4 buckets of this Diggers DIY fiberglass kit 3. It does 1 square metre, so we figured you'd get 4 and then we'd have plenty of offcut to
play with.
Yeah, play with and spare, just so that there's not any gaps left.
So we're just putting a nice thick coat of resin onto the steel. We'll then place the mat over this coat and pat the mat into it with other coats of resin. Here you go. Because it moves around and forms to the corrugated shape of the tray, whereas we would have had no chance of doing that with a weave. We've got to work fairly fast with the glass, although we're using very cold mixers.
A cold mix basically means it takes longer for it to go off, so we have more time to work and get it clean and neat onto the job.
There you go. Ryan's doing a good job of keeping us in wet resin. You'll notice him wearing some humongous chemical goggles. If you remember, while we were building Cusiak, Ryan's little kayak, he did end up with an eye full of resin, and that experience taught him well.
Scarred for life.
Scarred for life. Mentally scarred for life.
Ever. Never been the same since then.
Pain is a good teacher.
Picked up this $10 fiberglass roller, and it does a good job of just blending it in. Gets all the air bubbles out that we've missed with the brushes. Because we can't just paint over it with the brushes, we have to dab it in.
Dabby.
Otherwise all the fibres will displace and stuff. So and after we give this is the last patch. So after we give sand and spray it with some spray putty, it should look pretty good. Now you can get the